website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, just having fun here with my looper, which is an essential tool to have, and start, accompanying yourself when you play. I just use a Boss Digital Delay DD7 because it's just gone. No, I create a loop, and when I stop it, it's gone. So I have to create it again. But that creates kind of it's so simple to use that that it's just, I don't have to have old patches and all kinds of stuff I save, and so that's my favorite tool for that. But I always ask this question: is Guitar Pro? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Guitar Pro. Is that a good tool? But I really think you can't get enough tools. There's no like, oh, you don't need that tool because if it helps you. Guitar Pro is good. It's a good thing for if you write stuff down, you get an idea for a sequence or an exercise, and you can start writing it down on tabs really easy. It's of course good if you need to print out stuff all the time, and if you're a teacher, music teacher, it's of course a really cool tool. But there's another tool. So of course, if you can see it's useful for you, then just make the investment. And that's another thing. People seem to when it comes to guitar things, you pull back a little. But one thing I did very early on was that I just said I will use any amount of time, any resource, any amount of money to get to where I want to go. And of course, I'm selling guitar courses, so of course I would say that. But I wish I wasn't in that position, and that I could advise you without having that burden of actually being in a position where it sounds like BS what I'm saying. But I really urge you to just because every time you get a new tool, every time you visit the store looking at guitars, you get inspired. It's like you have to surround yourself with as much inspiration as you possibly can. I do advise you when you go into buy courses on guitar that you really focus on them. Like I once got 200 video games on a Commodore 64 on a couple of tapes, right? And I just ended up loading games and then playing them for 2 minutes, then loading another game, to the point where I had a friend, his father came into the room and said, "Oh, so what are you doing? Are you loading again?" Because that's basically what we were doing all the freaking time. We weren't playing anymore because we had so many new options all the time. So we didn't want to invest in each game. It's boring, let's do another one. And the same thing can happen if you buy too many courses, if you buy too many tools, is that you constantly you go from one to the other and you lose focus. So if you make an investment of your hard-earned money into anything, then make it a project, right? If you buy Guitar Pro, then say, okay, what am I going to use this for the next 4 weeks? And then, commit and then follow through. If you buy a course on alternate picking or any other thing, then say, okay, how many weeks am I going to, amp up and really go for this? Apply each lesson, listen or watch the program over and over again, each day, each week. For how, so you really get your full value out of it. And so you use each investment as a way of really creating a project that's exciting. If you do that, then don't hold back. What do you need now? You need another source of inspiration. You need another project. So what's going to inspire you to practice like H for the next 4 weeks? And then you make that investment again, right? Pursue it all the time. And there's of course free resources as well. But another tool that I really recommend, and I'm not getting any cut, I'm not an affiliate of that, I'm just saying because it's a really cool tool. It's Neck Diagrams, and you can say hello from Klaus when you go by it. But it's called Neck Diagrams. Use neckdiagrams.com, and it's you can set stuff up. And the coolest thing about that tool is that there's a little feature within it that's actually huge, where you can right-click the fretboard. You can create fretboard charts with the program or the software. You can right-click the fretboard on the screen, and then you can say, okay, I want the C major scale, just the dots of the C major scale across the fretboard. And then on top of that scale, I want the minor pentatonic just placed on top of that with some other dots, so I can see the C major scale in the background. And so you never have to ever, look up in books anymore because you have that tool. Of course, you need some understanding of scales and how they relate to each other to really be able to use it. But, watch the videos, look into it, see if it's for you. It really, I used to use paper and sit, create like thousands and thousands of fretboard diagrams by hand and use a little pencil and then put dots. But that was actually a nice way of practicing the fretboard shapes as well when I didn't have my instrument. I simply just drew them out, In high school, just every math class, I was just drawing little fretboard shapes. So a looper pedal, also a really nice tool. But so just, don't be too afraid to go for it when you can see a usage for whatever it is that you want. But just remind yourself that all of these tools, you can live without any of it, right? You can learn guitar by an old book you found on the library and not use it. But so use every investment as a way of creating a new exciting project. Now you got this cool thing, right? You download it, you look at the first video, use it as a kickstart for bam, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to focus all my energy on it for 4 weeks or 2 months or whatever suits you. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.